There we
go. And shall I say got it? I got to press got it. Yeah, I'm guessing. Yeah.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of the Yes She Can project. I am so happy to be joined by the gorgeous Charlotte. Hello Charlotte.
Hello Michelle. Oh, thank you. What a lovely introduction. Bless you.
You're welcome.
Oh, that's so sweet.
So for anybody who doesn't know you, would you like to introduce yourself and tell us a bit more about what you do?
Yes, of course. So I'm Charlotte and I run an online home interiors shop called Betty's Barn Interiors. I started it in 2019. It's been absolutely wonderful. Thoroughly enjoy doing it. I've been plugging it relentlessly on Instagram. And obviously at the moment currently trying to dip my toe in the TikTok boosting of things, because I don't know about you, but Instagram's kind of going a little bit off trend. So yeah, I do home interiors, anything from cushions, candles, some furniture in there. I've got side tables, mirrors, anything that sells really. And if I had £1 for everyone that said to me, can't you just find one thing and then just sell that? You know, I think, well, then I might be a multi-millionaire then if I do that. It's trying to find that key thing.
Bless you. With your name being Charlotte, obviously, yes. What's the inspiration behind the name for the brand?
So Betty was my beautiful nanny, my beautiful grandmother, Betty, she was just adorable. She was the most wonderful woman. She was very much the matriarch of our family. Sadly, no longer with us. She passed away about 20 years ago now, but it remains very, very much still in our thoughts. And it was my cousin that helped me launch Betty's Barn. So, and I just wanted to do something that incorporated her name, just as a respect and a nod to my lovely nanny. And the barn bit, well, that sort of came because I had a friend that she was running a pub. And she had a barn that was outside. She said, oh, you could do it there. So it was kind of from that. But unfortunately, she no longer has the pub. So when it all took off, that unfortunately wasn't an option. So, but the barn bit sort of goes. So it's, Betty's Barn.
Oh, it does. It's nice, isn't it? Being a bee.
Off the tongue.
Yeah, that's the words I was looking for. So every time, obviously we know each other through Instagram and in person. Whenever I see, like, say on your Instagram, whenever I see a new product of yours or something new that you're bringing out, I always know it's yours, if that makes sense. You've got a very unique style with your products. Where do you get your inspiration from? Is there anything in particular?
Well, I suppose a lot of my stuff can be a bit wacky and out there, and a bit weird and wonderful. I kind of like that. I kind of like quirky. I think you can see behind me, I've got my zebra head on the wall. There he is. In a frame. I've sourced my frame from a second-hand shop, and I just like quirky things. I love textural things that will pop out rather than just a picture. I've always done that a bit in my interiors for me personally, and I just like it. And lots of friends have sort of commented on the things that I like. So I suppose it's trying to get something that you wouldn't perhaps find on the high street, and just trying to be a bit different really, but also trying to keep it competitive, which is a bit of a struggle of late, if I'm honest, because of the way of the world, crikey, things that cost one thing, a few years ago, it's just not the same at the moment. So things can be a bit of a struggle, but because I've got no overheads, I do try to keep my costs down. So I hope I can achieve that, and I try my best to do offers. You've got to stay competitive, I think, when you're doing, particularly if you're doing an online shop, all the big boys do it, and people sort of, they get cross as well when they see the postage costing. So you think, okay, if I give a bit of a discount, that hopefully it makes it, accessible and affordable for more people, which is what I try and be, Yeah,
definitely.
You try to do your best.
You do, but it's hard, isn't it? Especially when you're like an entrepreneur that, and it's just you. It's not like we're like these big chains. When you touched on the overheads, is having like a permanent base something that you've considered before?
It is, but if I'm honest with you, because I still have, well, my youngest is 13 now, and when I started it a couple of years ago, it's too young for me to commit to something like a shop, because, you know, it's not, obviously I run the business from home, so, you know, that's kind of ideal for me. Not that he's tiny, it's just I didn't want the tie of a shop where I'm there pretty much 7 days a week. I have worked in retail before and I really enjoy it. I love seeing people, but for me, I would rather do it more on the pop-up side, you know, when I do a pop-up, so it's not too much of a tie, mainly for the kids, really, I suppose. So
plus the fact as well, I mean, not very many,
and the overheads as well, because it's shocking. I mean, it's frightening. It's, you know, trying to make it work and then paying all your overheads as well. So I think I've always been a bit scared of it, really.
Yeah,
you know,
it's definitely a massive gamble.
It is, but all credit to you, my angel, because you do it, and that's amazing. Seriously,
it's just a shame how expensive the rent is. That's the thing.
I know.
It's just
you know,
shocking.
and for example, I looked at Christmas time, doing a pop-up in Bicester Town Centre. Not, I think that's particularly the right place, because I really don't, but purely from a proximity, you know, logistically for me. So I looked in Bicester Town Centre. They wanted like £2,500 a week.
A week?
You know, a week. Yeah.
I mean,
it was quite a big shop, but it was one that I knew would just become empty. And you think, how would you ever make money? You'd have to be selling cars to, you know, and a few of those to make the overhead. Just the figures just didn't add up. It wasn't.
And then they wonder though why they sit empty. I think most of the time these landlords don't actually live in the area that they have the shops for. They live out of area, so it's kind of out of sight, out of mind, isn't it?
Yeah, it's heartbreaking what it's doing to our communities. Really, fly. It really, you know. It's heartbreaking. You know, you look at all the boarded up shops and you think, oh, come on, this is a really good opportunity for somebody like yourselves or me to just go in there, do a pop-up, just do what. But there, you know, I had another opportunity actually in Warwick as well, and they said, well, we don't know what sort of state that you're going to leave the shop. And I'm thinking, my goodness, you know, I can provide references, you know, of people that have done the pop-ups before, but yeah, there's just, I guess there's an element of mistrust, but it's the financials, really. It's that puts me off, you know. And you think, is it going to work? You know, I guess I've been always too scared to take the gamble as far as that's concerned. But if the right opportunity came up, then absolutely. I mean, I'm
especially now that you're
within. I'm at Bicester Tile and Fireplaces, which is great. And that's lovely, because I don't need to be there all the time. I've got my lovely friend and colleague Kelly, who runs the tile shop, and she knows the system. I mean, it's not on the high street, so, you know, people will come. They will need to come there to come and visit, to come, you know, and pop in, and that's great. And it's so lovely to see your customers, you know, rather than it just be online and you have no communication. So that is the plus side to it. You know, and it works. You know, I like how that works, but it would be nice to be in somewhere where you've got a lot more footfall, I guess.
You're a real people person as well, aren't you? I can tell, like, with your energy, you just love being around people as well. And I think do. You sell your products, if that makes sense, because people always buy from people, don't they?
I think so. I mean, for me, you know, I'm sure you would have seen my silly nonsense Instagram stories where I just babble on, walking the dog. And to be honest, that kind of all started really from lockdown. I just thought, I think a lot of people struggled with how they were feeling, you know, mental health issues, you know, just feeling like, and we were all scared, weren't we? You know, no one really knew what was happening. We were all frightened for our health, you know, and our family's health. It was all a horrible, scary time. And I just thought, I just need to say something and just try and cheer people up. And the feedback that I've got from it has been really, really lovely. So I am a bit of a nutter, right? And it's
aren't we all?
Oh goodness, I shouldn't think anyone's really paying any attention. But if I can make one person happy, then that's good enough for me. That's lovely. I just just like nice to make people smile, even if they haven't bought a candle. It doesn't matter.
It'd be better if they did.
Oh, it'd be lovely if they did. Don't get me wrong. Or a mirror, perhaps.
Yeah. Add a little sideboard as well.
Yes, no, that would be marvellous. I couldn't get them, but hey, I could source them.
Yeah. Bless you. Yeah, like you say, it's the commitment, isn't it? It's the commitment, and it's also the time commitment too.
Yeah. I mean, I recently set up. I had my beautiful sister Jojo. She's got a gorgeous village pub in Bucknell called the Trigger Pond. Little plug for you there, Jojo's. And
I shall tag.
Hashtag. But she, bless her, we set up. It was the hottest day of the year at that point, and I had unloaded everything with the help of my lovely other half and one of my beautiful friends, Kelly, love her, and my other friend was waiting in the wings, ready to come over. And my brother-in-law, who obviously runs the pub with my sister, says, "I can't. I've had one of the members of staff test positive. Another one has sort of sent through the results of COVID." I just thought, oh my God. Now, well, that wouldn't have been so bad if I'd not unpacked everything.
Yeah.
The work involved, obviously I have to pack it up in the van, the night before. You've got to get all ready and then unpack it all. I was like, oh, come on, never mind. It is what it is. It couldn't be helped. It was unavoidable. You've just got to keep everyone safe. But that was a bit of a...
You're going to reschedule that?
Yeah, but the thing is, I did it because I thought, right, if I do it for the weekend before the school holidays, before the children broke up, that was sort of the point. So I was desperate to get in for that weekend. And then Jo said to me, "Oh, you could do it the following week." Actually, as it turns out, they weren't back open still because people hadn't got clear tests. So it would have been the weekend after that, and people are away, including myself. So yeah, I thought, let's just wait till September. So I will get another date in for then, and that's just great. You're in a pub, you've got a captive audience, people having a little drink or three, which is great. And then they tend to shop a lot, which is marvellous. Yeah. It's just
their wallets get a little looser the more they drink.
The husbands moan a bit, but there you go. When don't they? So it's great. It's just
that's a good sales tactic. That is.
It's marvellous, and it's one that if I could roll that out, because honestly, trust me, it works. If I could find another pub, if there's another public house out there that's got a room or something, an outside barn or a marquee, that would be marvellous. Please, I'd like to come and set Betty's barn up there.
Yeah, you could do Betty's Barn the road show, couldn't you? And then just get pubs to contact you.
Yeah, out there, get a bit of DJ, get a bit of music on as well. It'd be marvellous.
Definitely. You set a new trend, Charlotte.
Oh, I know. Well, you're just constantly having to think out the box, though, aren't you? Like you said, we're being business when you constantly, you're your own marketer, your own accountant, your buyer, your warehouse worker, you're everything. It's like which cap. It's like Mr. Ben. Like, you're probably far too young to remember Mr. Ben, but he used to go into his wardrobe and go and put a different hat on and a different outfit, and it's all encompassing, constantly trying to think out the box, constantly trying to remember what holiday is coming up, as in summer holiday, Christmas, Easter, all of the above. And I usually
have to plan so far, don't you? That's the other thing.
I know. I'm rubbish with Valentine's because I kind of think, I'm not very, unless you're in the shop, I think you could maybe, merchandise stuff a bit better, but sort of online it's, I'm not, I don't think I'm the first person people would think of for Valentine's, but I don't know.
Well, I'm not sure, because you offer such different gifts, and sometimes to get brownie points, people want to buy something different, don't they? And not the regular chocolates and roses. They want to buy something nice that the person can look at all the time.
Like a zebra head, you see.
Yes.
Well, that would make any woman smile, right?
It would. With you saying, Charlotte, that you tend to pick stuff that you like and that's a bit different. Do you follow like trends? Is there any upcoming trends for, say, for example, 2022?
None that I've seen that are necessarily different, if I'm honest, other than I mean, you get kind of color palettes. So for example, like it's very much terracottas coming back in, which I never thought that would. Hopefully not with rag rolling with it, because if you remember that 90s trend, wasn't the nicest, but I think the way the different tones that they're using now it's beautiful. And I think, it's, do you know the colour Sulcan Pink? That it's a foreign ball colour.
I'm not posh enough to know foreign ball.
Well, I copied it, to be honest, but I love the colour, and that almost has a terracotta hue to it. Me, I sound like I know what I'm talking about.
You do. Yes, you do.
Very much a trend that's coming back in, as in colour wise, but in terms of interiors, it's sort of very much still the natural kind, like your rattans still, your jute rugs, your jute pots and things. It's very much still very much natural, which I love all of that. So not necessarily. I'm going to go, which is very exciting. The trade fairs are on again in September, because of course it's all been online, which is not the same. You need to go, says I, who runs an online interior business, but I, as the buyer, need to see the stuff.
Need to feel the products, don't you?
Yeah. And then that gives me the I know what I'm talking about, and then I can sell it on and be enthusiastic and passionate about it. So and you do need to see it, and also the dimensions, because trust me, even I've made mistakes. When I ordered things and thought, oh dear, I didn't look at the measurements on that.
A huge zebra.
Yeah. Lanterns. They, as it turns out, and they actually even call them huge, but you think, oh well, huge can they be? They were really huge, but they were lovely and they sold. So
that's all that matters, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
So with the obviously we've touched on the fact that you have children. What would you say? How do you find juggling having your own business and having children?
I guess because I work from home, it's not been too imposing. I think the only time that really is perhaps a bit tricky is if I'm doing a pop-up and it clashes with the weekend that my boy is with me, because obviously, and he's been great in the past, where he's been very good at helping, actually. So that's quite good. Cheap labour. Marvellous.
Yes.
Thank you, Ned. And my other son, well, no, he's less, my eldest boy is just, no, he doesn't really help. But bless him, he works at the pub if I'm doing the pop-up there. So he's usually there. So he will help a bit. But no, it's not really been too, thankfully, because I run it mainly from home, it's not been too bad. It fits in really well with the children. So I've been quite lucky in that respect. And sometimes I even get my little one, because he's more enthusiastic about things at helping, probably because he likes to earn a couple of pounds for pocket money this week. He's also quite good at when it comes to the packing, which is great.
Oh, that's brilliant.
I know, he's a puppet, bless him. Yeah,
I think that's it's so important though for kids as well to learn because they're learning real life lessons by helping you, because they're learning managing money, they're learning how much effort it takes to make money as well, and I think that's really important.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, both of the boys have seen how hard I work, and bless them. There's some, especially, I mean, the pop-ups as well, especially. And that, although I say that though, because we had a year, obviously, with the first hit of the COVID, and of course, couldn't really do anything, which was a nightmare. And then, they're starting to come around again now. I do need to do more of them. I need to look outside the box and do more. But hopefully they will help me, and hopefully they'll, they're pretty good. They're good kids. I've completely gone off on a tangent, haven't I?
No, not at all. Not at all.
I'm waffling.
Not at all. What would you say, aside from motherhood, what would you say business-wise has been your biggest challenge that you've encountered so far?
Biggest challenge, without question, has been trying to get a hold of stock, because what I took for granted from some of my suppliers that obviously I say like I've been going for years, I've only been going for 2 years, but something that for example, the bubble vases that I sell. Have you seen those are the beautiful big bubble vases? They've been out of stock for like 7 months now, and they were something that I always had in stock, something that always sold, always a really good seller, always brilliant. I still get asked for them now, and they are back in stock again, but it's sort of, you think, I almost feel like, oh, if I bought them now, are they going to sell? I know, and that's the other thing. You kind of think maybe I should just move away from that trend because they've been out of stock for so long. Maybe I need to find something that is my new bubble vase bestseller.
It's difficult though, isn't it? Because if it's a product that has sold well in the past, then that there's a need for it and there's a niche for it. So it's difficult.
It's really hard, and it's not just that as well. Obviously, because of all that. I mean, I don't know if you've experienced this, but container costs are now going through the absolute roof. What used to, when they're shipping stuff over from China, because unfortunately that's where a lot of it comes from. I'm from Europe. What was £2,000 is now in the region of £22,000. So these I try to use UK manufacturers as much as I can, but of course they're the ones that are importing the stuff in from overseas. So of course then that impacts on the cost of the items. And I'm not going to name the supplier, but there's, they kind of dictate to you how much you sell it for. Obviously, I can't put it above that because they're not going to buy it from me. They'll go to someone else. But the profit margin is not as big. So it's a really tricky one, and it's happening. Obviously, it's happening to everyone. It's not just me, but it's a tough one.
Because then you don't want to veer away from what is essentially your brand. Like I said, your brand is instantly recognizable. But then again, if there's not enough profit margin in it, at the end of the day, you're running a business, aren't you?
I know. You think, oh, what could I sell now? Socks. Everyone's always going to need socks.
You can have your logo on socks.
Exactly, Betty's Barnes socks. Do you know what? I have considered doing, and I know I did a thing on a story about doing, like maybe turning it into more of a lifestyle brand.
Yes, I remember. I remember seeing that.
Betty's Barn at home, and then Betty's Barn out on the town. Kind of, and I really would like. I still think that would be a good thing. It's just, I suppose because I'm obviously everything I buy, I have to buy. Unfortunately, I can't do drop shipping. I can do with one, but that's never worked out that cost effective. So I ended up just sort of doing the drop shipping and then not really making a lot of money. Well, what was the point of that? Why did they offer that to me when I've made like £5? On a £100 item, you think that was pointless, really. But I have considered that because I do think, fashion, homewares, which I love. I'm so passionate. I've always been passionate about interiors since I was a little girl. Love it. But you kind of think I also love fashion. So I think maybe that would go.
Yeah, combine the two.
Yeah. Especially, I think that was a lot of that was when I was thinking about people particularly being in loungewear, and thought that actually kind of sits quite well with that. So it might be something that happens. I might be brave enough to take the plunge. We'll
be
see.
Brave. Definitely be brave.
You've just got to go for it, haven't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially, you see, that's when something's going to work, is if you're passionate about it. The same way that you're passionate about interiors, if you're just as passionate about fashion, then
which I am. I love it. I love fashion. I'm terrible. I just love clothes. I love interiors. I moved into this house about 3 years ago, and I'm already thinking, time to redecorate. And then obviously that means new accessories.
Yeah. Do you in inverted commas, do you test the products first? Do you find yourself keeping a lot of them?
Yes, I'm dreadful. They come in and I think I say it a lot of my stuff. Oh, I'm gonna have to keep that. I'm awful. And I remember being one supplier said to me, "You shouldn't buy stuff that you like." I think, well, I can't. And I thought the one time I broke the mold from that, the stuff hasn't sold. So I think I'm going to stick to my own formula. Thank you, matey. I need to be passionate about it and love it. And when I was he sort of taught me into this, I thought, so he said, well, they're best sellers. I think, he was selling to me. Why did I fall for that? And thankfully they've sold now, but I had to really reduce them. So, not going to say what it was, but in case anyone's got it.
In case anyone is in someone's house, pride of place.
I'm not going to say what it was.
But know that you'll get no more in stock.
No way. Exactly. No way. But yeah, I do think that's sort of been my formula where I think I need to like the stuff and be passionate about it and think, I can see where that would work. In case I'm stuck with it, I've just got to do a room.
Then you've got a room of 10.
A room crammed with Betty's Barn stuff. Yeah, everyone will know what they're getting for Christmas.
Yeah. So equally, obviously we've spoken about the challenges, the biggest challenge so far. Equally, what has been your biggest highlight so far?
I had a Muddy Stilettos nomination, which was rather lovely.
Yeah.
And I got through to the final, which was really great. Didn't win, and that's fine, but it was really amazing to have some recognition. I just like, oh wow. That was quite a proud moment. I think that, and also whenever I see people that say that they've been following me and how they love the stuff, I think that just makes your heart swell, which is a bit nauseating, really. So
no, not at all. I totally get that.
It's just, I think that lovely with the award. I didn't get it, but I was nominated. But I think that is my pride. The thing that makes me most proud is the recognition that I get from customers and when they send lovely messages. So that's lovely.
And I can also personally vouch for your things because I've bought a few before, and we have one of your beautiful items sat behind me.
Oh, that's angel wings. It is.
Yes, that was it.
I love. So it's still in stock. So that's a good one.
Yes,
it's one that I've rebought many times. It's a lovely item.
And I love the ones that are on the wall as well. I think that will be my next purchase.
Yeah, they're beautiful. They're currently out of stock, but I can get them. Yeah, I know.
Damn it.
Yes, I know. Come on. But it's that sort of, I can always get them at a certain point. They usually get restocked at sort of Christmassy times. They're quite a good gifty thing, but we will source them for you. Don't you worry. I see win. I always say win. Who's we? It's only me.
Oh, Charlotte, you're brilliant.
I think people have a perception, don't they? I think they think that you're like John Lewis and If Only. And I wanted to do a TikTok thing, actually, funny enough, of like people's perception where you've got like warehouse workers and stuff. The sweaty reality of me packing up the things, just shifting it all out. I think that's the reality, and still doing a happy dance whenever you get a sale on the thing. Still, absolutely. I'm always so incredibly grateful, and I still go, oh yeah, even if it says £2.50. Not that I got anything for £2.50.
I know what you mean.
You know what I mean.
Definitely, yeah. Every sale means the world, doesn't it? 'Cause it just cements the fact that, gosh, somebody wants to buy from me, and that's really special feeling.
Yeah, it does. It's lovely. It gives you a lovely warm glow.
It does. So what are your plans for the future of Betty's Barn Interiors?
Well, as I sort of touched on, maybe to go down the lifestyle route and look at, I did find a supplier, but again, I think I need to look into where you can go to the shows, because I was it was quite limited what I found online. I thought, I'm not entirely sure that that's the route I want to go. You want bits of it, but not everything. And it's also the sizing as well with things like that, because you'd have to carry quite a big range of sizes. So I don't know. I'll look into it. I need to find the suppliers, and if I think I can get something that's going to be good enough, then I probably will just take the plunge. But yeah, that. And also looking at doing more pop-ups. So ideally in public houses.
Yes, in the gardens with the marquee.
Exactly, where there is alcohol. Any fabulous publicans, please step forward.
So with you saying, Charlotte, about loungewear, would you still, obviously given the way that things have changed now, would you still head down that route? Or what kind of other products would you be thinking
I would do sort of stepping out. So I would like to do, smart things. I'd like to do like the nice dresses and stuff, It wouldn't just be, and nice tailored jackets, that kind of look. That's so it would be I'd like to do home to out, and it could be that my lifestyle product would be pajamas, because let's face it, us girls love a pajama.
Oh, don't we? You can't beat a fresh new pair of pajamas.
I love getting new gym jams and getting into your lovely clean sheets. Oh, it's lovely. It's just life's small comforts, just make you smile. But yeah, that so sort of home to, so not necessarily loungewear, but people are still lounging, aren't they? A lot of people are still working from home.
Absolutely.
So might be an element. So if you find the right stuff, it's still got to be stylish.
Would you do accessories as well? Maybe like towels, branded towels and things.
Yeah, that would be lovely, because I've looked at bedding as well. But it's getting the right stuff, and hopefully it will be revealed, because obviously haven't been able to go to the trade fairs, and you do it online, like on a Zoom call. It's not quite the same. I want something like that. I need to know the quality is right, the stitching's right. Yeah, I've got to go and source it. So that's another big thing to look forward to and hopefully venture into.
Yeah, that's so exciting. So do you go up and down the country to these trade fairs, or are they primarily just London?
So the main one is there's one in London and there's one in Birmingham. The one in Birmingham is better, but it can be very mesmerising. You kind of have to look at where your area is going to be, and it can get a bit samey as well. And you also can be really, you have to rein yourself in a lot, because you could spend thousands. It's great when they offer you a credit deal, and then you think, oh, wonderful, and then you realise, a few weeks later you got to be paying it all off.
Yeah.
Oh, darn! I'll have some more credit, please.
But the credit doesn't feel like real money, does it, at the time?
It doesn't, which is a dangerous thing. Yeah. But I do have to rein myself in. I have been sensible. What I do now is I set myself an allowance before I go, because I do get overexcited. I'm like a kid in a sweet shop, as you can tell. And no, calm, Charlotte.
You have to take someone with you to make sure they keep you on the right track.
It's usually my other half. Yeah, he's like, Charlotte. Just a bit like when I'm in Zara, really.
Yeah, same.
My favourite shop.
So obviously with you, excuse me, I couldn't breathe then. With you, it's not COVID.
Oh gosh, I know. Well, if every time you have a cough, it's not COVID.
I know, that's what you have to say, don't you?
You find yourself saying it all the time. Literally, I swallowed the wrong way or something.
I know. My eldest daughter has hay fever, and she's in the shop with me quite a lot of the time. She's just turned 17. And say if she coughs or sneezes or something, if we've got a customer in, we have to have the conversation out loud about hay fever to make sure that nobody thinks it's COVID. It's crazy.
It's just, I know. Well, bless my eldest has got hay fever as well, and he's very sneezy. He falls into the same trap that most of us do. You think, oh, I'm okay now, I've got over my hay fever, and doesn't take his antihistamine. Lo and behold, he's a coughing, spluttering mess.
Definitely.
But you have to keep saying, it's not COVID.
Yeah, you do. I always say to her really loud, yeah, I'm like, have you taken your medicine today? Your medicine for hay fever.
Oh, hay fever,
yes. Oh, it's funny. So with obviously Charlotte, when you're really busy, being a mom, running a business, we're really passionate. Well, I am in particular with my business about self-care is the starting point for anything, because it can have such an incredible effect on your positive mental health. Is there anything in particular that you do to practice self-care, that you make sure that you set time aside for yourself?
Well, I do. I've got a lovely friend that does amazing treatment, so I might cover the odd treatment every now and again, not all the time, but she does it at a good price, so it's always good. I'm not going to say who, although I should give her a plug, but I better not. But so no, I get some treatments for her, which is lovely, and I'm be guilty getting my nails done too. But I love music. I love to listen to music. My biggest thing that makes me happy is dancing. I love dancing. Not that I go clubbing, because I'm far too old for that, but for me, a kitchen disco, sometimes that's all you need. Just put the music on, and hopefully either have the meal cooked for you. That doesn't happen always. Maybe on a Sunday, it's quite good. Or go out for dinner. That's lovely. But that's lovely. And I also love taking the dog for a walk, because a lot of you have seen, sticking a podcast in. Tend not to listen to music when I'm walking, but a podcast, and just get your brain ticking a bit. That, and a good book as well. Listen to podcasts and a good book. Oh, can't beat it.
Yeah, it's all about taking yourself away for a short period of time, just to reset, isn't it?
Yeah, not being in that sort of, because it can get a bit, well, it certainly did in lockdown, didn't it? All got a bit samey, didn't it? Oh my goodness. And obviously I could still run my business in lockdown, so that was great. And actually we were really busy, and we were very grateful, because I was very busy in lockdown, because people were at home and people were shopping. It was really great. So I was lucky, but we were having the issues with the stock, and it's, so the demand was there, just couldn't always get the supply. But but definitely.
Sorry, I was just going to say, hopefully it's going to be onwards and upwards now, with regards to stock, and especially now that you can get to the trade shows. So that was a question, actually. Can you physically buy at the time at trade shows? Like, say if you saw something and wanted a load of them.
No, you place your order there.
Okay.
So, so obviously I've got accounts with quite a few different suppliers now. So obviously, when I go there, I'll go, it's me again. Oh God, not the old loony.
Oh, they're like this. Hello, the lady that spends lots of money.
Oh, it's the one that doesn't have any limits, which I do, obviously. Oh, she's going to go crazy again. But it's lovely to oh God, I've completely lost my train of thought again. Sorry.
Oh no, it's my fault. So I said, can you actually physically buy the stuff there, or do you have to place an order and wait?
You can't. You have to place the order and then wait for it to arrive. So it's not like, like, I guess if you went to like the Ideal Home exhibition, that's the only thing I can put it, like you obviously there, you might buy a saucepan and you can take it away. You can't there. You might get samples, but very rarely. They just tend to give you their brochures, and you can see pretty much most of the things that they've got coming up. Quite frustratingly, a lot of the time you go there and you won't actually be able to get the supplies for a few months' time. That's annoying. So, and I think really annoying. You think, oh, come on, that's just cruel doing that.
It's like dangling a carrot, isn't it?
I know. Doing, you want, but a lot of them that are great, you can get them, within a couple of weeks of the show. So, I always tend to find new suppliers. I've got my existing ones, but I always tend to find new ones there, which I'm always on the lookout for something different. But sometimes you'll find with older suppliers that you have, you think, not really bringing anything new out. So you have to look for something new, and something exciting, because I don't really want to be doing the same thing all the time. Obviously, if it sells well, but not if it's not. You've got to think out the box again and look for something new and exciting.
It's like as your business evolves, your taste evolves as well, doesn't it? As does everybody else's. So if you've got a supplier that's continuously giving you the same thing, then they're going to struggle, because people aren't going to want that, are they, if they're not keeping up?
You know, I'm not, again, I can't name names, but I've got a supplier that I think, my goodness, are you still stocking that? And then, you know, and then secondly, you think, that's horrible, that's your new stock. You think, who's buying this?
Yeah. And then when they try and say it's a bestseller, you just know it's been sat there in their warehouse for God knows how long.
Yeah, all right. I really don't want that funny, weird fish thing.
Or you could stick it in a frame, it could be coming out like the zebra.
Dancing crab or something, you know. You know, I mean, I am guilty for my love of like the beetles that go on the wall. I do love that look, but I like that to sort of. I wouldn't just want. I like it in pictures and things. I like that, but I don't want to. I'll draw the line at a dancing crab. I don't want to dance.
Me. Oh, so how are you fixed, Charlotte? Do you fancy a bit of a 90s quiz?
Oh, go on then. I can't guarantee how good I'll be. I'll probably be rubbish, but I will do my best.
Yes, let's see how it goes. I've only got, I've not got too many questions. Right. Okay. First question is, which former Spice Girl released her debut solo album called Schizophonic in June 1999? So we have three options, either Victoria Beckham, Jerry Halliwell, or Emma Bunton.
Oh, I wasn't a massive Spice Girl fan.
No.
Okay. I'm not Googling it. I'm not.
You see, I didn't know the answer to this.
So
it mustn't have been very good.
I don't think it's Victoria, because she only sort of did a one-hit wonder.
Mm-hmm.
It's either Jerry or Mel or Emma. I would have said Mel C, to be honest, but
that's what I thought first of all. Yeah,
I'm going to go Jerry Halliwell.
Yes.
I met her in Waitrose once. She was
absolutely tiny. Is she nice?
Face like a slapped arse.
Oh dear.
She was sorry, Jerry, but she. Sorry, Jerry. I'm sure you're lovely. She obviously was having an off day, like we all do, love. But,
I think the chances of Jerry listening to this right now are slim to none.
Oh, come on, you never know. Yeah, no, she was a bit miserable. Yeah. So I smiled.
Oh,
smile and the world smiles back. That's what.
Well, or not Jerry.
Yeah. Scowl.
Must have been having a bad day.
Must have been.
Right, so the next question is, which 1995 Robin Williams film told the story of a child that was trapped in a board game for 26 years?
Oh, Jumanji.
Yay! They brought that back, haven't they? Didn't they do like a new...
Yeah, with Dwayne Johnson.
I've not seen it, so I'm not sure, but the original one was good, wasn't it?
Yeah, really good. Yeah, no, I've watched it. I've watched the reboot with the kids. They loved it. I say the kid, like Alf is like 19 going on 12. Listen. Sorry, he's going to so listen to this. Oh, come on,
Mum. Okay, next question. Who played child psychologist Dr. Malcolm Crowe in the 1999 film The Sixth Sense?
Oh, no, I don't think I know that one. I'm going to know it as soon as you say it.
Yeah, Bruce Willis.
Oh, no, I wouldn't have got that.
Okay.
He's lovely. I wouldn't have got that, no. He's lovely, Bruce Willis.
I don't know much about him, to be honest. Some people say he's not very nice, and then other people say that he's okay.
Not very nice. No, he's quite easy on the eye. Sorry, Andy, if you're listening. That's my other half.
Oh, okay. So we've been sorry to Jerry, and now we're sorry to Andy.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Andy, I love you. You are my favourite, I promise. He is, obviously, but can't help but having a celebrity crush. That's normal, right?
Moving swiftly on. Whose 1994 album, Definitely Maybe, became the fastest selling UK album? Yes. I didn't even need to finish the question. What a legend.
Yes. Do I get points?
Yeah. 10 points. So you're good at quizzes. Yeah.
Although I did win a mug once on Fox FM, I think. My kids were really impressed. It was Beat the Toaster, and I won a mug. My kids were really proud of me, bless them.
What do you have to do? Just answer a quiz question?
Yeah, and it's only because I know the answers that I got it right. If they'd have been hard to go, I would have been rubbish. Quite good.
You would have been mugless.
But mind you, I didn't get the Bruce Willis thing, but there we go. Can't win them all.
Did you used to watch Absolutely Fabulous?
Yes.
Okay.
I am like Patsy.
Are you? See, this one I found difficult. I had to look at the answer. What was the surname of Adina, the fashion PR executive played by Jennifer Saunders in Absolutely Fabulous?
Eddie. No, I got all cocky.
Ruined
it.
Well, I can give you a clue. In fact, I don't know if this shop's still going. It was a shop, like clothes shop, and like kind of accessories. And they used to, I don't know if they were like sister companies with Accessorize.
Monsoon?
Yes.
Hurrah!
Yes. Okie doke. Which singer married the model Rachel Hunter on the 15th of December? Yes. Well done.
That's because my other half thinks I look like Rachel Hunter. I don't think I do. He's been very
nice.
I
can see that actually.
It's the hair. It's just blonde hair. I wish I
can
did
see
look like
that.
Rachel Hunter. He's obviously just trying to get on my right, on my best side. But yeah, that's the only reason I know that answer. Now that sounds really big-headed. It's not. I don't say it. It's Andy says it, not me, because me. Although he probably won't after the Bruce Willis comment.
You've cancelled it out now, haven't you?
Yeah, just erase, delete.
Complete this Prince song lyric. Gonna party like it's
1999.
Yay! 2 more left.
Okay.
1, 2. Oh, see, breathing again, not COVID. Name. I'm getting overexcited. That's what it is. Name either of the 2 original presenters of the TV show Gladiators.
Rika Johnson.
Yeah. Do you remember that? I love Shooting Stars. It was so funny.
I love Shooting Stars. That was good.
It was.
A baby. What was his name? Matt Lucas. He was the baby.
Oh.
Who was the other presenter though? I can't remember the other one. I know it's Ulrika Johnson. I can't.
Yeah, I mean you've got the answer anyway because it just says name either. So it was only one. The other one was John Fashanu.
Oh, we would have remembered that. We would have remembered that.
Last question. Drum roll. Which song by Wet 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 spent 15 weeks at the top of the charts?
I feel it in my fingers, I feel it in my toes. Love is all around me, and so the feeling grows. Yay!
Well done. See, you did so well.
Oh yeah!
Well done. Oh, Charlotte, it's been lovely to talk to you.
Lovely to talk to you too.
Finally, could you just tell everyone where they can find you, please?
So I'm online at www.bettysbarninteriors.co.uk. So that's the website. So it's predominantly through there. But other than that, I'm at Bicester Tiles and Fireplaces, which is off the Telford Road Industrial Estate in Bicester.
How long are you there for?
Well, it's kind of till she gets fed up with me, really. It's because I think it kind of works really well. Like I've sort of starting to learn a bit about the tiles. So because we're mums, we're you know, and we're juggling our lives. I'm completely going round back again. I help Kelly out sometimes. So we're helping each other out because we're working mums, and sometimes she can't be there because of her kids. So we're trying to be flexible. So I'm picking up the bits from the tiles and the fireplaces. I'm not so good on the fireplaces yet. Need a lot to learn about that because it's a bit of a minefield. But the tiles, obviously, it's interiors. I love it. So we kind of, I've had people come in and they're like, "Oh, after this, I know just the thing." Off we go and go and put, and it kind of works. I'm not very good at doing the measurements and stuff like that. That's Kelly's thing, but I can certainly help and put people in the right direction. So it kind of lends itself quite well with each other.
It benefits both of your businesses as well, doesn't it? Because you can each promote each other.
Yeah, so the showroom looks lovely. From where it was when she took it over, Kelly's done such an amazing job. It's fantastic. You know, all credit to her because she's a very clever businesswoman, bless her. She's great. She's lovely, she is.
Oh, that's all so women, nice.
It's, you know, and I know it's like, you know, we say women supporting women, but in this case, it really is, and it's lovely. I mean, she's got a great business, and I'm very grateful to her for me to be able to, you know, to put my bits around the showroom, and it sort of, you know, like I said, it lends itself well. It works. It all looks nice. You know, the women especially when they're coming in, they go, "Oh, it looks lovely." We'll put a candle on and it smells nice. You know, it's just creating a nice little vibe, you know.
That's the thing as well, though, isn't it? Because they're so intertwined. Like, say, if the bloke wants to take his missus to the tile place, they're going to be like, "Oh no, don't want to go there." But if something like your stuff is in there as well, then it makes it exciting for them. It's a great idea.
Yeah, it works well, and they get, you know, a lovely lady that bought loads of cushions the other day, and she, but you know, and he was smiling really because he liked them too, and you know, so it's, you know, it's just great. It's lovely. You know, works really well. So
brilliant.
Happy days. Long may it last. But I will be doing another pop-up though, my sister's pub in September, but date to be confirmed.
Well, everyone will be able to find you on Instagram, and I'm guessing you'll put it on your website to let them know when it's going to be.
Yeah, I go on and on like an old Trump's overcoat, to be honest, you know. People think, "Oh God, here she goes again."
Not at all.
I hate watching them back. That's the one thing I hate. I hate hearing my voice. I sound like such a farmer. Yeah, hilarious. Right, my lord. Oh God, shut up.
Oh dear. On that note, Charlotte, it's been absolutely wonderful, and thank you so much for joining me. And I shall speak to you soon.
Oh, thank you.
Saying yes.
Thank you. Take
Bye.
care. Bye.